Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks, or DePIN, is going to be a massive narrative and winner, in my opinion, in the upcoming bull run. A Masari report says that the DePIN space could be worth $3.5 trillion or more in the next 4 to 5 years. And for context, that's bigger than the entire crypto market cap right now. I'm super bullish on DePIN, and I'm planning on making a ton of money investing in this space. And right smack dab in the middle of all this DePIN goodness, there is one project that stands out that will be launching its token very soon, and I'm excited to talk about it because not only is it powering a bunch of these DePIN projects, but because I'll be investing in it. What I'm talking about here is Peaq. Not only am I excited about Peaq, but you are too. I've had a bunch of people in my comments over the past month or two requesting a sneak peek of Peaq. So I'm covering it in this video. I reached out to the Peaq team to partner with them to make this video and get some behind the scenes insights that you will want to know about. So first, let me answer the question of what is Peaq? Well, it's a multi-chain layer 1 blockchain that is optimized for decentralized physical infrastructure networks, or DePIN. Peaq can scale past 10,000 transactions per second while keeping transaction costs to an absolute minimum, all the way up to 100,000 transactions per second and beyond. And those transaction fees are as low as Solana, but Peaq is also super decentralized. It has a Nakamoto coefficient of 92. And in case you don't know, the Nakamoto coefficient is a measure of what is the smallest number of independent entities that can act together to shut down a blockchain. The higher that number, the more resilient that blockchain is. Solana, for example, has a score of 20, and Ethereum has a score of 1. So Peaq's 92 is very good, but that's a lot of nerdy stuff. The big reason Peaq piqued my interest is that they have a huge number of DePIN projects building on them already. It's seriously impressive. And I'm interested because they are about to have a token sale in April. If you click the link down below and sign up for their email list, you will get updates about their upcoming token sale. And I will definitely be participating in that. But I'll get into all that and more in just a moment. First, though, I need to address the question of why does DePIN matter and why does Andy think we can make a bunch of money in this space? DePIN is something I've been investing in for years now and been talking about in depth on my channel. DePINs are things like wireless or 5G networks, geospatial networks, storage or compute networks, etc. These are services that require some physical infrastructure to operate. Like if you're providing a 5G network to mobile phones, well, then you need physical 5G antennas in all the areas you want to provide that network to. And the beauty of DePIN is that you can build these networks faster than ever before because of decentralization. Like, let's take Uber for an example. They wanted to disrupt the taxi industry. There are millions of taxi drivers worldwide across thousands of companies. And even if you raised insane amounts of money, you couldn't buy enough cars and invest in enough drivers to come close to disrupting that industry. So you incentivize individuals who already have cars to become your taxi drivers. Your startup cost is much smaller and your impact is much bigger. Doing that, they managed to carve out a massive chunk of the taxi market share. And that's still with a centralized corporation in the mix. This is where I think you can see the power of crypto and DePIN. When you have tokens, you can use to incentivize individuals like you or me to provide infrastructure. You can build a network basically overnight. This is why I think that DePIN is where Web3 will finally get to shine in the real world, by providing not only real world value, but also real world utility. Novel concept, huh? And all these DePIN projects being built right now is why I'm so excited about Peaq. Currently, Peaq has the second highest number of DePINs being built on it. It's second only to Ethereum. Silencio and Natix are two projects that I've covered on my channel before that are built on Peaq. The Silencio app is all about capturing and mapping noise data. Natix focuses on street data by using your smartphone camera as you drive. Also being built on Peaq is eLoop, which is a Tesla sharing company. Wingbits that does flight tracking, Ycrypt that shares Wi-Fi. There's at least a dozen others that are being built on Peaq right now. In fact, a lot of things are going on in the Peaq ecosystem right now. Just look at their ecosystem map. Lots of DePINs and D-apps, but also many integrations and partnerships. Names like Tesla, Bosch, Sony, Airbus, etc. are on the list. So many things. Great, but who is behind Peaq? Well, Peaq is being developed by the company EOT Labs, and the entire team behind EOT Labs is public, and you can find all their information on their website. including their LinkedIn profiles. Having a public team gives a lot of reassurance, but you'll also notice that they are hiring quite a few people, which is also great to see. And if you are interested in learning more about Peaq and hearing from their team, there's a good number of videos on YouTube of interviews with the team and recordings of talks given by some of the co-founders at different events. And I will link to a few of those down in the description that I watched. Now, this is all great, but why does DePIN need a layer 1 blockchain for all of these projects to be built on? Well, the short answer is that for each individual DePIN project, it would be asking a lot for them all to build their own whole blockchain just for that one single project. In reality, most of them don't need their own blockchains. That just doesn't make any sense. But they all do need one main blockchain to build on and issue their tokens. Now, they could use Ethereum, but we all know how that goes. Wild gas fees, and it still hasn't scaled very much. Conversely, Solana is fast and cheap, and some DePIN projects like HiveMapper and Demo have chosen to build on it, but Solana is an everything blockchain. It's not purpose-built for DePIN in the same way that it's not purpose-built for meme coins, even though it feels like that right now. Whereas Peaq is DePIN focused. It's fast, it has low transaction costs, it also has specialized security measures and specialized features and tools for DePIN. These are features like machine IDs and role-based access control. But really, I think some context is important here. Obviously, I am very bullish on DePIN. A huge portion of my portfolio is DePIN projects, but DePIN is still relatively small. The market cap of most of the current DePIN crypto projects is around $28 billion, which isn't nothing, but it also has a lot of room to grow. If that Messari prediction comes true and the DePIN space grows to $3.5 trillion in 4 years, by 2028, that would be over a 12,000% increase from where it is today. And personally, I'd be okay with even a fraction of that growth in the next few years. And there are a few ways you can take advantage of that and make money. You can pick individual DePIN projects and hope some of them end up very successful, which I am doing and I think is a good strategy. But it's just tough to know exactly which ones the winners will be. You can also make platform or network bets. Starting last year, I was buying Solana. I wasn't previously a Solana fan, but when I started to see some DePIN projects being built on it, I showed some interest. In fact, I talked about this in my DePIN video that I made in October of 2023, and Solana was under $30 at the time, and today it's almost $200. But Solana is a top 5 crypto project. Could it do a 5x from here? Sure. But much else beyond that is a stretch, I think, at least in the near term. And again, it's not exclusively DePIN focused. Getting into Peaq will be a much earlier stage play than Solana. Peaq's testnet token that has already been released, Crest, is only at a $50 million market cap. Solana has a market cap of $84 billion with a B, meaning it's 1,680 times bigger. So personally, I see a huge opportunity here. I want to own the network that DePIN projects are being built on because I'm a true believer in the DePIN space and the DePIN narrative into this next bull run. And this is why I agreed to work with Peaq on this video. I'm genuinely excited about what they are building because it lines up with my investing strategy for 2024 and 2025, and it lines up with where I have chosen to focus a big portion of my portfolio. So then, what will I be doing? Well, I'm investing, duh. Peaq's token launches via a public launchpad sale very soon in April, and I plan to take part in this and invest. If you want to also do this, there is a link, again, down in the description to sign up for their updates email list. Then the moment the official dates for the sale and other details are ready, they will let you know via that email. So make sure you sign up for that. Again, the public launchpad sale is happening very soon in April. Then the token will likely get listed on major exchanges in April or May. So there's a lot to look forward to there, and I'm definitely going to invest in Peaq, but I'm also looking at their airdrop opportunity right now. I will also link to this down in the description. But the long and short of it is you can currently take part in their Crest airdrops, which again is their testnet token. If you check out that link down in the description, you will see all the instructions for doing this, but essentially you just need to hold a certain amount of Crest tokens, and then you'll be eligible for future airdrops, which is a great way to earn more. Now that I've covered a lot of the details, I think it's important to give everyone a quick reminder. I am very excited about Peaq. I think DePIN is going to be huge. If you've been watching my channel, you know this to be true. I totally get why a layer 1 blockchain like Peaq makes sense. That said, there is no such thing as a slam dunk in crypto. I could be wrong about DePIN, even if I don't think I am. It could end up not being as big as I think or as everyone else thinks. Crypto is very risky. You shouldn't buy something just because I'm talking about it or because I will be buying and investing into it. Crypto projects can fail or just not work out, so you should only be investing what you are A-okay losing. For me, I think Peaq is a great opportunity, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about them. But I think everyone should invest into crypto with their eyes wide open and understand it's their responsibility to determine how they use their own money. All that said, I want to be clear again, I am very excited about Peaq, and if you are also excited or interested, well then you should sign up for their email list down in the description. That is the fastest and easiest way to get updates from them, especially if you're interested in their token sale. But I'm also super excited about DePIN in general. Watch this video if you want to see a bunch of DePIN projects that I think are worth looking at and that could be interesting opportunities. Goodbye.